How you guys doing today? Today I believe it's Thursday. Hope you guys are doing okay with this isolation virus thing. I'm gonna be working on this old Impala today. We're gonna be doing the back brakes on this thing. As you can see by the rotors, the brakes ain't been really working in the back end, so we're gonna replace them. And they're right down almost onto the rotor anyway, so they ain't been working anyway. Might have to run and buy some new brake calipers for the back end of this. I don't know yet till I get tore apart. It's been a few days since I've worked on this car. I just ain't had time. You know, being laid off, you know, I'm just hustling and doing what I can to earn a dollar. But she's a good little car. Like everybody else out here, you know, raw hurting, raw unforsure what's going to happen. Well, let's get to it. Let me get out my jack here and we'll get this thing jacked up and get these tires and wheels off here. Well, as you can see, I got the car jacked up. Got the wheels off of it. I'm even being safety today, just for you people that complain a lot. Even got it on jack stands. I guess I might be getting older, I don't know. But we got it down. And as you can see, there just ain't much in there between the metal and the rotor there. We're just gonna go ahead and change them out. I mean, they're simple, they're easy to do, you just need a few tools. And let's just get with it. Okay, these back brakes are pretty simple to do. All you need is a few tools after you get the tire and wheel off. A screwdriver and a 14mm wrench, socket, ratchet, whatever you got. But you know me, I'm gonna use some air tools. On General Motors, I take the bottom bolt all the way out. Top one, we just loosen it up. Take a screwdriver in here and just kind of pry. And just lift this up. That's all you got to do. And here's your back brakes right here. Take another screwdriver and just pry them out. And you see, there ain't no pad left on them things. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it this way. You don't have to, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm gonna go ahead and take this bolt all the way out. Put it on the ground. We're just gonna set this over on top for now. This thing comes with these new clips here. You already got them, you might as well put them on. A whole bunch of these clips is what holds your brakes and stuff on and helps slide your brakes. Just go ahead and put them on. They're not hard. They just pop right off. See how that went on? Okay, maybe you gotta be smarter than the equipment, you know, which I am not. And that's how you do it. Just like that. Just give them a firm push up in there, and you'll be good to go. Do the bottom one. So they just pop on and off. And slide these down in between. Then take your new brakes, which these things are in a freaking hard plastic. which I'm too stupid to go grab a knife, you know, to cut it all open. Then I'm just not having it that way. Not doing it. Okay, as you can see, these brakes are different here. This one here has a guide plate on it. Okay, we want to switch up. We want to put this on. We'll use this side. Anyway, this guide plate here tells you when it's getting close and it's running out of pad. As you can see, it just barely. Anyway, and then it starts making that noise you hear in your brakes. So we're just going to put that on there. Come on. You know, you can do these in your sleep, but as soon as you try to show somebody else how to do it, then they don't want to act right. And these clips can be a pain in the butt sometimes. And these new clips on. Just like that. Come on, get in there. Just like that. Now these bolts here, they go in your caliper here. And this is what your caliper slides on, is these bolts, right? That releases your brakes. And then what I do, I mean, you can use white grease, anything you got laying around. But I found it more better to just use Vaseline. You know, Vaseline's got 101 things it does, you know. And just go ahead and lube up both bolts real good with it. Plus Vaseline is easier to clean up than grease and oil. Slap it back down on there. Make sure you get these there's rubber boots right here. Make sure you get them pushed in. There's one. Start my bolts. And that's how you do a brake job. Brand new brakes. All right, let's go do the other side. All right, same thing over here. Loosen these bolts up. Okay, maybe not. Get over here and get a better angle on this thing. Don't break nothing, you know. Loosen that one up. Come on. Take your screwdriver, go up in here a little bit, and just pry over. Alrighty, now I'll finish taking these off. See, generally, if somebody took good upkeep on their car, you can just take that bottom bolt out, loosen the top bolt, and just pull that up, pull the shoes off, and you're done. But you know, this car wasn't taken care of that well. People just kind of drove it and left it, and you know, didn't care about it too much. So we're just giving it the love it deserves. Because if you don't know me, I love these Impalas. Look, that thing's stuck in there, so that tells me that thing ain't moving at all. Okay. Back space it in a little bit. See if we can work it out. See how dry that thing is? That means this thing here, when it sits on here, what it does is when you hit your brakes, this goes together and tightens up. And when you release them, it moves back and forth like this. Hope you can see that on the camera. And if them things are dried out where they won't move, they're just stuck. And eventually your pads wear down to where they can't grab no more. They don't do anything. As you see on the other rotor on the other side, you see where the rust and everything was on that rotor? That's when the pad's not grabbing. There's the old pad. That's a new pad. See the difference? Big difference. We're going to repeat the same process we did on the other side. Just going to take these old clips off. We're going to put these new clips on. And one thing I didn't show you on the other side, I forgot to, is I'm sorry, with the Vaseline. I do put a little Vaseline in here on both sides. I didn't show you on the other side. Just so these things have something to slide on. I mean, Vaseline's probably not the best thing in the world to use, you know, just what I grew up using. And let's face it, Vaseline's cheap. What is it, like $1 for this big thing? I've had this thing for a couple years. That's why I see it's all greasy on the cap. Inside there. That's all I use it for, is working on cars. And you just wipe it off on your pants, you know. Alright, let's get the new brakes installed. One brake. Make sure you don't put the old brakes back on. And yes, I have done that. Installed the new brakes and thought I did, and ended up putting new old brakes on. A dumb, stupid move. But I've been there and I've done it. And I ain't afraid to admit it. So what happens, you're not paying attention, you know, you got other things going on in life, general, kids, you know. You forget where you're at. Or what you're doing. But I sure did, and that was just a couple years ago. It wasn't like it was years and years ago. That was just a couple years ago I did that. I put the car all back together, went to drive it, and still had the same noise. Noise you get from brakes. I was like, dang, there was no way. I just replaced all those. Yeah, I replaced them all right. But on the passenger side, I put the old brakes back on. Yep, don't think I didn't feel like a dummy. And that's all there is to doing back brakes. We're on and ready to go. Ready to go conquer the world, you know. Let's see what happens. A fun day in the sun. Alright, let me put this back. Let me get tires on here and we'll take it out here and see how the brakes do. Alrighty, we're going to take this Impala on a little drive. See We got traction control light on, ABS lights on, service traction engine, change engine on, yeah, security, yeah. I am through spending money on this car. Let's see, I redone the radiator system on it, done the fuel pump system on it, replaced the EVAP back brakes on it. I'm done messing with it. Look, and the brake light's on again. I'm not fooling with this thing. We're gonna take her for a drive and see how she does. Take it in here to the local car wash and give it a good clean. Clean the motor so I can figure out where she's leaking oil from. Look, everybody's at home doing projects around here. Well, it seems to be stopping better. Oh. Just tired of getting out of the house. Freaking Impala got a little pickup to her. Got a little pickup on it. Taking a back road here. Off the window so you can get so much wind on you. Wind noise. Hit the brakes real hard. Oh yeah. That works darn good. Brake lights on. I think it's on. That sensor and that freaking sensor up there in the master cylinder must be bad. But I'm tired of spending money on this car. Like I said, if y'all know me, I love these Impalas. Just got to with the car wash. I'm gonna jump out here on the highway, get this thing up to speed and see what it does. Since I've never really driven this car. See what other problems are causing. Because I will not sell a car to somebody or work out a deal on a car with somebody if it's a piece of junk. Hell, we're rolling 70, dude. We're going right down the road. It feels like it needs tires, but it's rolling. Just kick her down. It needs tires bad. That figures. But she is rolling. I'm happy with it. Happy. My little niece wants this car, so I think she's gonna probably end up with it. But I'm not replacing the tires on it for her. That's on her to do. I'm not spending the money for that. It'd be good enough to get her and her family around town where they need to be, though. Stopping on a dime now. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Stopping is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Alrighty, I took it on about a 10-mile drive, so it did real good. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the video, I showed you this rotor. It was all rusted up, just barely a few marks on it. Look at it now, it's all good and clean. Good brakes, good brakes. A freaking brake light comes on and it's not from the emergency brake. So I got a funny feeling. The master cylinder's full. Might be able to tell that on camera. I'm thinking it's this thing here. Looky here. Got the motor all cleaned up. This thing runs good. For 200-some thousand miles on it, this thing runs damn good. Most definitely needs tires on it though. Most definitely. Yep, see there's the other side rotor. If it shows up on camera or not. All cleaned up. Be a good little car, I think, for my little niece. Listen to that motor. Don't it sound good? All right, thanks guys. You know what to do. Like and subscribe.